Imagine standing in the heart of the Sahara Desert, 2500 BCE, as night falls like a velvet curtain studded with a million glittering stars. The air is cool, carrying the scent of dry earth and the whisper of wind, like time itself telling a story. Before you looms the Great Pyramid of Giza, not the weathered, jagged stone we see today, but a radiant marvel, cloaked in polished white limestone that reflects the moonlight like a sacred flame, transforming the pyramid into a beacon in the desert. Its apex, legend says, once capped with gold, pierces the sky, as if conversing with distant constellations. Around you, a crowd gathers, farmers, priests, stonecutters, their faces aglow not with fear, but with awe, as if witnessing a miracle beyond human imagination. Is this a tomb for a fallen king, built to lock a pharaoh's soul in darkness forever? That's the story we've been told for centuries, from textbooks to documentaries. But what if that story is just a veil hiding a greater truth? What if the Great Pyramid of Giza is not a resting place, but a machine? An ancient marvel, pulsing with power to connect Earth to the cosmos, to illuminate not just the desert, but the soul of a civilization. Welcome to the Journey with Obscure Minds, where we don't just read history, we turn it upside down, digging into mysteries the books often overlook. Today, we embark on a mesmerizing quest to explore the Great Pyramid of Giza, the last surviving wonder of the original seven, a structure that has baffled scientists, engineers, and dreamers for millennia. Picture this: a tower rising 480 feet, its square base covering 13 acres, built from 2.3 million stone blocks, some weighing up to 80 tons, the equivalent of a freight train. According to Mark Lehner in The Complete Pyramids, it took 20 years of relentless labor by tens of thousands to complete, with precision that astonishes modern engineers. Its sides align with true north within 0.05 degrees, its base level to within half an inch. This isn't something you do just to bury someone, is it? But the strangest thing isn't its scale, it's what Giza lacks. Think of an Egyptian tomb, a mummy wrapped in gold, glittering treasures, walls painted with tales of gods and kings. Giza, it's eerily empty. No mummy, no coffin, no carved words praising a pharaoh. Instead, it holds materials that seem to sing under pressure: granite, dolomite, limestone, and a design so intricate it makes us wonder, is this really a tomb? Or an ancient machine built to harness a power we've forgotten? Step into the story of Amun, a farmer living along the Nile, a few miles from the pyramid. Each night, as the sun sinks, Amun pauses his work, gazing at Giza glowing under the stars. He sees the white limestone shimmer, hears the wind whistle through its stones, and feels an odd vibration beneath his feet. Not the breeze, but like the desert's own heartbeat. Priests murmur of gods who grant light, of power flowing through stone, but they don't explain. Amun can't read or calculate, but his heart tells him, this place isn't for death. It lives, it breathes, it awaits something grand. Amun's journey is ours, a call to question, to doubt, to discover. And as we follow Amun into the desert's shadows, a bigger question rises. If Giza isn't a tomb, what is it? To understand this, let's place Giza beside what ancient Egypt called a tomb. Flash forward to 1922, when Howard Carter opened Tutankhamun's tomb in the Valley of the Kings. Inside was a treasure that stunned the world: a golden mask, a jeweled coffin, gleaming chariots, and vivid wall paintings telling of Tut's journey to the afterlife, where Osiris awaited. Per Lehner, this was the norm for royal Egyptian tombs: grave goods to protect the soul, sealed chambers to thwart thieves, and inscriptions glorifying the pharaoh. Even lesser nobles had wooden coffins, jewelry, and amulets. A tomb was a frozen moment, a way to lock the dead's identity forever. Now look at Giza, said to be the tomb of Khufu, the mightiest king of the 4th dynasty. What would you expect? A treasure surpassing Tutankhamun's, right? But the truth is shocking. Giza is empty. The king's chamber, supposedly Khufu's resting place, holds only a granite box. Not a royal sarcophagus, but a rough stone, too small for a pharaoh, lidless, undecorated, with no trace of a body. No gold, no gems, no weapons or goods for the afterlife. The walls are bare, without a single carved word, naming Khufu or honoring his deeds. Compare this. Even minor officials' tombs had paintings of Anubis or spells from the Book of the Dead. Giza? Silence. A silence so vast it screams this isn't a tomb. But it's not just what's missing, it's what's there. Egyptian tombs were designed to lock tight, shielding the dead from time and robbers. Tutankhamun's had plaster-sealed doors, traps, and curses to deter. Giza is different. It has swivel doors, 20-ton granite slabs, yet so perfectly balanced, a gentle push moves them, as John Romer describes in the Great Pyramid. These aren't the doors of a sealed tomb, they're entrances for a place used often. Why would a pharaoh need easy open doors? For his ghost to wander, or for the living to enter to operate something inside? Dig deeper, a tomb is a symbol of death, a still space to preserve the past. But Giza feels alive, as if built to move, to connect. There's no sign of permanent sealing, no traps or barriers like other tombs. Instead, it invites presence, of people, of light, of something greater. If this is a tomb, why does it break every rule of ancient Egypt? Why does the grandest monument ignore what defines a resting place? Now become Khepri, a young stonecutter working at Giza's site. One night, as moonlight floods the desert, Khepri sneaks into the king's chamber, where he's spent months polishing granite. He presses his hand to the cold wall, whispering Khufu's name, expecting a sign of the great king. But there's no royal echo, no sense of death, just an eerie silence, as if the room awaits a new breath. Khepri gazes at the massive granite beams overhead, wondering, if not to guard a mummy, what are we building? A house for gods? Or a machine for life? Khepri's question pulls us deeper into the mystery, where Giza's stones begin to tell their true story. The Great Pyramid isn't made of random rocks, it's crafted from materials chosen for a purpose far beyond standing still. Start with granite, lining the king's chamber and key rooms. This isn't ordinary granite. Quarried from Aswan, 500 miles away, it's rich with quartz crystals. Quartz has a magical trait. When compressed, it generates electricity, a phenomenon called piezoelectricity. A 2015 study in the Journal of Applied Physics explains that quartz under pressure, like the pyramid's millions of tons, can produce a small but steady current. Picture the king's chamber, with 70-ton granite blocks stacked under immense force, humming like a natural battery. Do you need this in a tomb, or does it sound more like part of an energy system? Next is dolomite, coating the inner passages like a guiding sheath. Dolomite isn't just tough, it conducts electricity better when stressed, like a natural cable meant to transmit. Christopher Dunn in the Giza power plant argues this pairing, granite sparking power, dolomite channeling it, is no accident but a deliberate design. Think of a modern circuit. You need a source, battery, wires, and insulation. Now consider the white limestone that once clad Giza, now mostly gone. Limestone is a superb insulator, locking energy inside like a cable's casing. John Romer describes this limestone making the pyramid shine like a lighthouse, reflecting sunlight and moonlight across the Nile Valley. This wasn't just beauty, it was function. Why insulate a tomb? To keep a soul cozy, or to contain an unseen flow like energy or signals. But if Giza is a machine, what did this energy do? I propose one possibility. The power from granite and dolomite may have fueled sacred rituals, illuminating ceremonies that linked humans to the cosmos. Ancient texts like the pyramid texts speak of divine light and power from gods, flowing through earth and sky. Perhaps Giza didn't produce electricity like a modern plant, but acted as a conduit, amplifying natural energy to enhance rituals, say lighting Ankh symbols during festivals, or sending signals to the stars like a prayer in stone. Imagine a ceremony where granite's glow flickers, channeled through dolomite, held tight by limestone, creating an aura that awes the crowd. This isn't sci-fi, it's how Egyptians might have seen energy, not to run machines, but to commune with gods. Become Neith, a priestess at Giza, trained to grasp sacred rites. One night during the Sirius festival, Neith stands before the pyramid, her hand on the cool limestone. She feels a faint vibration, like a whisper from deep within the earth, pulsing through her fingers. Priests speak of holy light flowing through stone, and Nath wonders, are we building a home for gods, or a path for their power to reach us? She looks to the apex, where stars gleam, and senses Giza isn't just stone. It lives, it sings, it awaits its moment to ignite. And as Nath gazes at the stars, we realize Giza's mystery lies not just in its stones, but in how it was designed to serve a grand purpose. The Great Pyramid isn't just materials, it's a system engineered with precision that stuns modern minds. Per Lena, its base is level to within half an inch across 13 acres, and its sides align with true north closer than many modern buildings, even with GPS. Consider this, 4,500 years ago, without machines or compasses, Egyptians achieved near-perfect precision. Is this what you do to bury someone? Explore inside. The swivel doors, 20-ton granite slabs, are a technical marvel. Roma describes them moving smoothly, balanced so perfectly a light push makes them swing. These aren't entrances for a sealed tomb, they're doors for frequent use. Compare, Tutankhamun's tomb had plaster-sealed doors meant never to reopen. Giza invites entry, but by whom and for what? Then there's the Grand Gallery, a 150-foot corridor, 28 feet high, with walls narrowing upward like a giant conduit. A 2017 University of Cairo study found Giza's chambers amplify electromagnetic waves at certain frequencies, especially in the gallery. Was it built to focus energy, sound, or something intangible? The king's chamber, the pyramid's heart, is lined with quartz-rich granite and capped with 5 70-ton granite beams. These aren't decorative, they're built to withstand immense pressure. But what pressure? A mummy doesn't need this. Perhaps the pressure of energy, vibrations, or something we don't yet grasp. The Queen's chamber, another enigma, has narrow shafts pointing outward, aimed at Sirius and Orion. In 2011, the Jedi Project's robot found metal traces in these shafts. Not clearly wires or tools, but enough to make us wonder. Too small for humans, what do they carry? Air, souls, or a flow, like signals or energy? Dunn suggests they channeled vibrations, but keep an open mind. A tomb doesn't need complex shafts, but a machine might. Meet Meret, a weaver in Giza, living amid vibrant festivals. On a solstice night, Meret joins the crowd before the pyramid, watching priests place an ankh, the sign of life, its loop and cross like a circuit, on a stone plinth. As they chant, Meret feels the ground tremble as if Giza answers with its own song. She looks up, seeing Sirius gleam above the apex, and wonders, is this where we touch the stars? Not a tomb, but a gate to eternity. Meret draws us into ancient Egypt's soul, where Giza is more than a structure. It's a vision of belief and longing. Ancient Egyptians didn't split science from spirituality. For them, they were one. They saw the world as a flow. The Nile fed the land, stars guided crops, and gods gave light to sustain life. The pyramid texts, translated by James Allen in 2010, describe sacred light and power flowing from gods to earth, through stone, water, and people. The ankh, life's symbol with its loop and cross, appears everywhere, from priests' hands to temple walls. Look closely, its loop atop a cross resembles a circuit, as if Egyptians knew life was an energy stream. Rituals at Giza, often held under Sirius, symbol of Isis and rebirth, may have been more than worship. They could have been activations. Sirius marked the Nile's flood, feeding millions. If Giza was a machine, it might have served a spiritual purpose, amplifying natural energy to strengthen faith, illuminating ceremonies, or sending signals to the stars as an eternal prayer. Picture a festival where priests chant, their voices echoing through the Grand Gallery, making granite sparkle as if answering the call. This isn't a tomb, it's a hub of life where humans and gods meet. Become Senin, a young priest at Giza, chosen to lead a secret rite. In the Grand Gallery's darkness, Senin holds an ankh, his voice rising, blending with other priests' chants. As torchlight hits the granite, he sees it shimmer, as if the stone responds. A faint vibration ripples through the floor, quickening Senin's heart. He wonders, what are we doing? Calling gods down or sending prayers up? Senin senses Giza isn't an end. It's a beginning, a bridge between humanity and eternity. And as Senan lifts his eyes to the starlit dark, we see Giza links not just to Earth, but to the heavens. The Great Pyramid's location isn't random, it was chosen with profound intent. Giza sits on a limestone plateau where underground aquifers flow like hidden rivers beneath the desert. Water conducts electricity, and a 2020 NASA study on natural currents, called telluric currents, shows this area is uniquely strong in geomagnetic energy. If Giza's granite sparks power and dolomite channels it, these aquifers could amplify the flow, like a natural booster. Why pick such a spot for a tomb? Or was it chosen for a bigger reason, to tap Earth's pulse? Look skyward, and Giza grows more wondrous. Shafts from the king's and queen's chambers, narrow stone tubes leading outward, point straight to Orion and Sirius, stars steeped in Egyptian myth. Orion ties to Osiris, symbol of rebirth, Sirius to Isis, bringer of life via the Nile's flood. Robert Bauval in the Orion Mystery argues Giza's three pyramids mirror Orion's layout in 2500 BCE, not just symbolically, but perhaps functionally. A 2021 Nature study notes ancient sites often used stars for practical ends, like navigation or timing. Maybe these shafts were antennas, syncing Giza's energy to cosmic rhythms, boosting its power during rituals. Imagine a festival night with Sirius high above Giza. Priests place an ankh on a stone plinth, and the crowd falls silent, feeling the pyramid's hum. As they chant, sound echoes through the shafts, as if Giza sends prayers to the stars. This isn't a tomb, it's a conduit, a way for humans to touch eternity. Giza's cosmic link leads us to the final question. If this is a machine, what message does it hold for us today? We've crossed the desert, touched living stones, heard their whispers of forgotten power. The Great Pyramid isn't a tomb, it's a grand puzzle, daring us to see beyond what we're taught. Its emptiness isn't a flaw, it's a clue, shouting this isn't a place of death. Its materials, granite sparking electricity, dolomite guiding it, limestone locking it in, hint at an ancient circuit. Its design, swivel doors, grand gallery, star shafts, reveals a system, not a crypt. Its place on a limestone plateau, tied to telluric currents and Orion, binds Giza to earth and sky. And Egypt's culture, with its faith in sacred light, makes Giza a spiritual flame, perhaps to ignite rituals or send eternal signals. Meet Layla, an explorer in 2025, standing in the king's chamber, her hand on cool granite. She feels a faint vibration, like time's heartbeat. Layla has read Lena, Dunn, Bauval, but now Giza speaks to her directly. It's not just stone, it's an invitation from the past, urging us to dream bigger, question deeper. Today we chase clean energy, like Witricity's wireless power, Nature Electronics 2021. And Giza may be the first torch, lighting a path to a future in harmony with Earth. But the story doesn't end here, it's yours. What is Giza to you? A tomb, a machine, or something we haven't yet imagined? Share your thoughts in the comments, maybe you'll unlock a new piece of this mystery. If this journey sparked your curiosity, hit like, share with a friend who loves history or science, and subscribe to Obscure Minds for more forgotten tales. Giza has waited 4,500 years. Now it's your turn to find the answer.